Hey guys, Ultramaximus back with another Transformers review. This time we're taking a look at another third-party figure. It's the Impossible Toys TRNS Transitional Robot Neural Soldiers TS-04 Smashor of the Tetra Squadron. Yes, this is the next of the series of figures. I did pick up all 7, and I previously had done Prank Store because, well, a friend of mine, he had requested it. He was a fan of the Skywarp character and color scheme, and it's one of my favorites, absolutely. So I went ahead and did that one first, and then I did this one because I thought this was the second most interesting color scheme of all the Tetra Jets, which is kind of sad because I really like Thrust, but I think the Ramjet paint scheme on this figure, at least the jet mode, looked a little more interesting. So I figured I'd go ahead and do this one next. And this is the first Conehead of the set I've gotten to take a look at. So let's look at the package itself. We will get the figure out of package and see what we think of it. So we have the same exact box. So this is going to be the same box on every single one of the figures. We got the TRNS in the top corner and the really cool old school G1 Decepticon format and color and all that stuff. The Transitional Robot Neural Soldiers. We get this really cool G1 style grid pattern that goes from black down to kind of a purple color, and actually when you look at it, it's space and it wraps around the entire box, which is very cool stuff. And of course in the bottom left corner we've got the Tetra Squadron TS-04 Smashor in the old school G1 style. Very cool stuff. Here he is in his Cybertronian Tetra Jet mode. There is some artwork of Smashor, aka Ramjet, right there. Top of the packaging, exactly the same. We've got the TRNS logo at the top. Bottom of the package has the Impossible Toys logo. We've got artwork, the same artwork on the front of the package. We also have the very long bio for the character. Here is the back of the packaging, just kind of an overshot look. Again, I do like the fact that it's kind of got this nice little space background. That is very cool stuff. And here is a close-up. There's his little motto. And let me get, there's the first full paragraph. If you want to pause and read that, you may. There is the second full paragraph. If you want to pause that, you may. So yeah, definitely cool stuff. I am digging the packaging. I mean, it's just cardboard. It's nothing too spectacular, but it's nice. And it's a shame that Impossible Toys did fold under. As I'd said, they had some huge QC issues on previous figures. However, going in and looking at this set, I mean, they have done a really solid job with it. And you can tell by looking at this set that they listened to their customers, and they changed their engineering and they changed their molding, and it's very much reflected in this. And the whole reason I bought this set was Vangelis did a review on this series about a year ago and was literally throwing the toys around. And I thought, you know what, if he can do that, that's got to mean these are pretty decent. And at the time of this recording, these figures are on sale at Big Bad Toy Store and at tfsource.com for a full set of $139. They are selling them individually for about $20, $25, except for Starscream. The Banshee is sold out, so that's the only one that you can't get at the time of this recording. So, yeah, I figured $130 for a full set of Seekers. I'll go ahead and test it out. So let's get this guy out of the package, see what he looks like, and how he compares to the G1 Classics version of himself. All right. So here we have our not Ramjet, aka Smashor, out of package. And, you know, he's kind of interesting. I will say, out of the gate, he stands much better than the Prank Store figure I had. Prank Store, for some reason, just was super back heavy. This guy stands much better, and I think that is because I was watching a review on the guys, and somebody kind of talked about the back heel spurs and how to set them up proper, and yeah, so I went ahead and did that. You're going to hear birds in the background, by the way. Yeah, You know, I like him. I like the black, and I like the white, and the dark maroon color, or the dark red color. I think that looks pretty darn cool. I did fold the wings back a little bit on this one, as this is the way it's supposed to be transformed. Which, again, I don't know. It doesn't really matter much to me. I think I like it with the wings spread out a little bit, but is what it is kind of deal. He has the exact same articulation as the other figure, since it's basically a repaint with a different head sculpt, and we'll look at that in a second. But he does come with an accessory that Prankster didn't. He's got these little attachments that in his jet mode give him the kind of rocket boosters he had in his G1 version, which is pretty cool. Now I will note that on the package, these have a red paint stripe on them, and they do not out of package. They're just straight black. Is that a deal breaker? Not at all. Just something I kind of noticed. On the vents on the side of his head, it's kind of strange. They've got these weird neon green dots. They kind of look like tennis balls to me, which is very, very strange. Let's zoom in on him real quick and get a look at his head sculpt. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It almost looks a little girly, like a drag queen or something. It just, the head sculpts on these figures are okay. They just seem to have too much paint, silver paint on them or something. I'm not really sure what the deal is with it, but yeah, the head sculpts are just a little bit off for my taste. And I've heard other people say that as well. Other than that, I mean, it's pretty decent. I like how he's got his little cone head. It is actually molded this way. It's not one where you can fold down like the other jets from the G1 series, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, overall, I mean, it's the same figure. It just has a different paint deco, which I do like. I like the black on the body and on the waist. The black guns and the forearms look really, really nice. And the feet look really, really cool. Back of the figure, exactly the same. I have noticed, however, on this figure, the main thruster jet is black plastic, or painted black at least, versus Prankster's, where all of the thrusters on the back were black. And it would have been nice if that main thruster was silver on Prankster. That would have been pretty cool, I think. So, yeah. Let's see how this guy looks compared to his G1 counterpart. So there is the Classics Ramjet with him. Big differences. Really big differences, and I like it. I mean, I love this sculpt. I think this looks really nice, but the color scheme on this one looks far better than this one does. I think the black and the white and the red just really pop out on this guy. The only drawback is those tennis balls he's got going on there. I like the gold vents better there, for sure. So let's get this guy in his Tetrajet mode and see what we think. Alright, so here we have Smashor in the Tetrajet mode, and I really do like the color scheme. I really, really do. It looks nice, and I'm not generally a Ramjet fan, but there's something about it that is very attractive. I like the white, I like the red paint picks, the yellow cockpit, the black, the little bits of silver, little black pieces here, the black vents look really nice. I do like the added turbines on the jets to kind of give it that G1 look. Now, I will say this. If you're trying to get these in and it just won't go and you feel like you're forcing it, you're putting the wrong pig in the wrong hole. These have to go on those specific wings. And there's really no good way to do that until you try to get them in there. Because if you look, they're at an angle and it's made for that particular side. So if they don't go in relatively easy, you're putting them in the wrong hole. Oh, that's what she said. So, yeah, but overall, it's a really, really nice figure. It's just as hard to transform as the other figure. I will say the best way to transform this, the instructions are terrible because you go from the wrong mode than what you get in the package. Look at this figure from the bottom. The legs are going to sprawl out along the backside. You're going to twist them, and then you're going to fold them kind of inward this way, kind of up and in. If you look, the kneecap should go right above this waist piece. If they are flush, it's not going to collapse in far enough so that you can get your peg holes to line up, because this is all about a bunch of peg holes all over the place to get this to snap together. The other difficult issue is you got to get this cockpit up here and clamped here, then you can put the nose cone up to clamp it shut. If you don't get this up here first, this is just not going to clamp together at all. So those are some things I noticed in Transformation to make it a little bit easier. And take this whole wing assembly off. There's a little clamp piece right here. This entire wing assembly can pull off. Pull that off, build the shell, fold the piece around, and then clamp this back around. It will make your life a lot easier. And of course, take these pieces off and the guns off while you're doing that. And be mindful of these tiny little guns. Don't break them off. So what does this guy look like against a Classics figure? Let's zoom out a little. So here he is with the Classics Ramjet. And I do like it. To be honest, I think this paint scheme is better than that paint scheme. I think the white is a little brighter, even though it's not like white, it's an off-white, but it's still brighter than this one. Of course, that could be this figure's old. I don't know. I like the maroonish color better on here than I do on that one. I do appreciate the nod to the classic figure with the jet turbines on the wings. That looks really, really cool. Just overall, I think it's a good homage. Absolutely. Very cool stuff. So let's compare him to Prankster. So there are the two tetrahedrons together, jets, whatever you want to call them. Looking pretty cool. I think they will look really nice as a squadron sitting up on the shelf. Now, the one thing I noticed, if you look on the back, this figure, you can see a lot of the molded detailing better because it's white plastic, but I also like the fact that they went and put the main thruster black on that one. I really wish they would have painted that one silver to just kind of pop out a little bit and look a little different. That would have been nice, but I guess it is what it is, sort of thing. And again, it's got the landing gear just like the other one. Hold this foot down right here. When you pull this out, that'll make it easier. Be very careful. These are very thin. And then when you pull the top landing gear out, I just take like a little tool, work it out a little bit, and then my fat fingers can grab it and get the landing gear down. So yeah, there it is. So is this something that you want in your collection? I think so. If you're a Seeker fan, definitely. This is the only time we've had the true Tetra Jet style G1 characters. While the robot mode is not, I mean, the robot mode is okay. The face sculpt's not my favorite. It's all about these Tetra Jets, in my opinion. So definitely worth the money. Big Bad Toy Store has them. TF Source has them. They're on sale. Set of 7 for $139, or you can buy them individually for about $20, $25. So thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe to my videos and share them. And as always, look for more videos in the future.